Okay, the fourth one is something called naming the top card of multiple random cuts. Okay, so let me explain how this one works. So what you do here is, in fact, I have a little diagram here that will prove helpful for number 4. So maybe I'll just put that on top right there. So picture the deck as made up of 4 different portions. And those portions will be determined by kind of randomly cutting a number of cards. Okay, so we're going to have 4 little packets that come from cutting the cards at random locations. Okay, and then imagine those cut packets. Well, I will actually align them from left to right. So this will be the top cut portion. 1, 2's the second, 3's the third, 4's the fourth. Okay, so in your mind's eye, if you can kind of see them listed that way, it will actually help. Okay, so I'm going to just cut off some number of cards. This will be our pile 1 right there. And then cut off a number again for pile 2. And then cut off a number here for 3. And then whatever's left over will be 4. That will be the bottom portion. Now these are not equal in quantity by any means. You might not be able to see that, but I can see that these are quite different. Okay, so what can we do? What do we know because of the Si Stebbins arrangement of the cards? Okay. Well, I have some arrows over here, so maybe I'll just move these down for a second. If you think about, this was the top. The next portion, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like listed there, okay? Well, we know that the bottom card of this one was the immediate neighbor to this one. That's how we got it. We cut off that little packet. So that was there, right? This one was there, and the same thing here, okay? So we do know something. There is a relationship between the bottom card of each of these and the top card of one of the other packets. Okay, so one thing you could do among many things actually is you could even have the spectator do these random cuts actually, and ideally that would be best, because then they would feel like, oh, okay, I've just kind of randomly cut it. There's no way that the performer is going to know, where I cut it, because I decided where the cuts would be, okay? Well, what you could do is just tell the spectator, let's see where you cut each of these. So you just turn them face up. So we're just looking at the bottom card. We're not looking at the top card, right? We're just looking at the bottom. And you may see something interesting, like right here. That's kind of fun, that you've got 2 jacks and then a king, okay? And then you can tell the spectator that you're going to, quote, write a prediction, okay? And that these 4 random cards are going to help you be correct with your prediction. So what you can do is write down the identity of the top cards of each of these 4 packets. Now you can quickly deduce what they are, because we know that the bottom, so if you follow my little arrows here, the bottom card here, the 4 of hearts, is the neighbor to the top card of this one, okay? So all I have to do is look at the 4. So if you want to list them really quickly, you can say 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the spectator's not watching you. You just claim that these 4 cards, which were randomly arrived at, are very special cards. In fact, they're going to enable you to state the identity of the original top portion of each of these cuts. Okay? Now that's going to be quite unbelievable to the spectator, because they are the ones that cut the cards. Well, the way that you can do it is you just look at the bottom card here, and you know that it's the immediate neighbor to the top one here. So if you look at my little diagram, the bottom card, this packet of, I've labeled 1 was on top of 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So to get the identity of the top card of this second packet, all I need to do is add 3 to the 4, so it's going to be 7, and then just move 1 over in our clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. Okay, so this information here tells me that the top card of this packet is going to be a 7 of spades. This card here tells me that the top card of this packet is going to be, so with Jack is an 11, so you add 3, that's 14. Well, 14, it can be written as 13 plus 1, so you have like a remainder of 1. So it's going to be an ace. What follows? Clubs. Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, right? So hearts. Now this card here tells you or gives you information about the identity of the top card here. So it's also going to be an ace. Isn't that fun? So it's going to be an ace, but this time what follows? Hearts. Well, it's a spades. Okay? And then if you notice, what will happen is the very bottom card of the fourth packet, so right here, is going to tell us the identity of the top card here. Okay? And that has to do with the fact that the deck was stacked. This is the top portion, second, third, and this was the very bottom of the deck, right? And we know that the bottom of the deck, the identity of that card is related to the top card of the deck. This way that we've been talking about, where you need to add 3 to the card value and then move 1 over in the ordering of the suits. So a king. Well, king, if we add 3, we're going to get a card value of 3, right? King is the highest value, it's 13. So what would follow a king in this ordering would be a 3. What follows a diamond? A club, right? Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, and then after diamonds, clubs comes next, and it repeats. Okay? So just to review, the identity of this card tells you, or can be used to deduce the identity of the top card here. The identity of the bottom card here can be used to deduce the identity of the top card here. And then the identity of the bottom card here can be used to deduce the identity of the top card for that first packet. Okay? And so you can claim that, boy, you just happened to cut these packets so that these bottom cards enabled you or whispered to you or whatever narrative you want to come up with. It's really quite nice here because we actually have face cards. So they have pictures of people, and you know, since they all have mouths, we could claim that they're whispering to you the identity of the top cards of these packets. Okay? So however you want to kind of frame that, but it is true that these 4 cards are giving away the secret of the top card of each of these packets. So now you can turn them over. So you haven't shown this yet. You've just written your, quote, prediction. Turn these over. And then there's a few ways to proceed from here. One would be to go ahead, you know, to still have this kind of folded and you haven't revealed it yet, right? And then have them just turn over the top card of each of them. And to the spectator, these are going to look pretty random, right? I mean, they are random, right? Because they randomly cut the deck into 4 portions. So these truly were randomly arrived at. But their order within this Si Stebbins arrangement of the deck is not random, right? Because of the bottom card giving you information about the top card of the packet to its right there. Okay, so the spectator will see this and go, okay, what am I to get from that? And they'll say, well, isn't that interesting? I claim that those bottom cards could reveal to me the identity of the top card where you freely cut the deck into 4 random portions. And then you can just open this up and reveal that you have a perfect prediction. 3 of clubs, 7 of spades, ace of hearts, ace of spades. Okay, so that's another way to take advantage of the information contained in this Si Stebbins arrangement of a deck. And it's one that you could probably frame this in a number of different ways. And so if you want to come up with a different narrative for it, that would be great. So if you remember, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So to put it back where it was, where we haven't harmed the structure in any way, that's how you would stack them. And so we're back to our Si Stebbins arrangement of the deck. And then I just have this note here. Given the identity of a bottom card, simply add, comma should be over here, simply add 3 to its value and shift its suit to the right to obtain the identity of the corresponding top card. So this little diagram kind of shows you how that works. So anyway, that's another fun routine that you could actually perform using the Si Stebbins deck structure.